Alrighty.
Awesome. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another From Zero podcast. My name is Danae.
And I'm Jocelyn.
And today we have a very special guest with us.
I'm Dylan. Nice to meet you guys. How's everybody doing?
Perfect.
Okay. And actually, before we started, we kind of wanted to do a taste test on our drinks. I got them Liquid Death for the first time, and they've never tried it before. Can you believe that? I got a Red Bull, but they got one of my favorite drinks.
Wait, you do energy drinks, no?
I do energy drinks, yeah.
I don't.
Particularly coffee in the morning, but I've never tried the Liquid Death before. And if I do an energy drink, it's typically the Celsius or the sugar-free Red Bull.
Yeah.
But Juneberry flavored, not wild berry.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it. Okay.
I would say that's number 2, though. Okay, yeah.
I have nails, though. I don't even think I can.
I don't. Oh, that was so satisfying. All
It's
right.
pink.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Live taste test.
Danae.
Live reaction. That's what I was saying was going to happen. When I cracked it
That
open.
went.
Actually pretty good. I won't even lie. It's like not too sweet, which is what I like.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
It's good, huh? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
This
was scared. I was
sweet.
like, oh, it's gonna be,
This is actually like
and I'd be like, yeah, it's good, but it's good.
It's good.
I would give this like a maybe one more sip.
I say a 9.5. I'm gonna save that other
It's
point
good.
for another one.
I feel like
maybe.
it doesn't make you too jittery either.
9.5. That's really high.
Yeah,
I would.
I
Give
think
it like,
it's good.
I'd give it like a 7.5.
Oh dang. Well, it's because I don't know a lot about energy drinks.
Maybe that
but
flavor is different. Maybe.
It is.
This one. is
I think
not
my
bad.
favorite is actually the blue one,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Oh,
But
okay.
those are my top 2. They have
Okay.
other flavors like I think they have like root beer or something. I don't like root beer.
Oh yeah.
Root beer. I don't
For an
like root
energy
beer.
drink. That's like
Yeah.
the cherry cola.
Do you like
Celsius.
Dr. Pepper?
I like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr.
Ew,
You don't like
guys are
Dr. Pepper?
gross.
That's crazy.
What do you like? A Coke?
Yeah, Coke.
Okay. I got
Okay.
it.
I love crispy Coke.
Crispy
Sprite.
Coke. Coke Zero though is actually kind of fire. For
I've
the-
never tried that.
for the cows.
Mm,
0 calories.
okay.
No, I always get it with all the sugar.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay.
Well,
Great
you want to
start.
start?
Yeah. So Dylan,
how are you guys?
we're good. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm really good. This is my first podcast. I'm excited. Never done one before. So yeah.
Okay. Well, you're raised in New York or from New York, or like tell us a little bit about that. I know that now you're in Arizona. So how was that transformation?
So originally I was born in New York, and I grew up in New Jersey. But I've had family in New York, and I've had family in Maryland and Pennsylvania. So just to kind of go through that like tri-state area of like
Mhm.
Philadelphia, DC, Baltimore, and New York City. So yeah, I was a East Coast boy, and I came to Arizona about 5 years ago, kind of on a whim, like just 18-year-old decision, like didn't really think it through.
Okay.
But it worked out really well. I used to regret it for a while, but now like I don't look back at all.
Why Arizona though? There's so many other states out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, my college submissions did not go as planned. ASU was like one of the first schools that got back to me. It was like, it was during COVID, so it was really difficult to like even tour schools. Ended up just working out. Came out here, and I remember my first year was really difficult being away from home and trying to figure out how to like adapt to that. But you get used to it, and like I said, I don't regret it at this point.
So what's one major difference that you would say is for like one major difference between Arizona and New York?
Definitely like just overall quality of life. Like
Okay.
I would say Arizona, everything here is it's just nicer, easier, friendlier. Like the people, the homes, the streets, the driving. Like I was just in New York, literally a week ago.
Oh, nice.
And to drive to the airport, it was like only, I think probably 15 miles, and it was 2 hours. It took us 2 hours to get there. In Phoenix, that's a literally 20-minute drive, less than that.
Mhm.
So it was pretty crazy. And I don't know. I would say that's the biggest thing, just quality of life. The winters there are pretty brutal. The falls are pretty brutal. And so with the springs. So it's like, I'd rather take the 8 months of amazing weather here than and then 3 months of hell over 8 months of crappy weather there with like 3 months of really nice stuff.
I agree.
It's getting hot now too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
but
like last week.
It has taken longer to get hot.
It has like
Okay.
last Friday we went door knocking and it wasn't
that
too bad. We
Yeah.
went
Like
in the
as soon
evening.
as the sun's going down, it's nice.
Gorgeous at night. Yeah. Even today it was nice. Like when I would fill my car up before I
In
got
the
here,
morning.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not like
it was really nice.
Hopefully it stays like that. I know it's
yeah,
not.
it's not going to, but
We'll see. I
that's why we
guess.
have pools.
Yeah.
You're gonna go.
Okay, so now looking back, moving to Arizona, is it something you regret, something that you feel like you shouldn't have done?
I did for a while. I used to regret living here for probably like the first 2 to 3 years. I mean, as an adult, it's hard to make friends, right? Like it really is. And I felt like all of my friends were back at home and they were all doing stuff and going out and everything like that. But now at this point, I think the opportunity of work out here is far exceeds that from back at home. So no, at this point, I don't regret it, but I did for a while. So
Okay.
it was like definitely a hurdle to kind of get over.
And what was the loneliest part of starting over, do you think?
Definitely my family. Like, I was raised in a single family home with both my parents. I love them very much. And to not have them there, it was very difficult. Like, especially, you think you're good for a while, right? Like you can do all your laundry, cook your meals and everything like that. But when things start hitting the fan, that's when you miss your mom.
You need
miss your
support.
dad.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and I know that you were saying that too, like when we had the interview that we did a few weeks ago, like,
Yeah.
the hardest
family
part
is
about trying to do work. And
I don't know. Honestly, now looking at it, being in your position, I'm like, I don't know how you're doing it.
I could never. I mean, when I was looking at college applications, the thought of going to another state never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was like, I'm going to stay in state, and because I don't think I could leave my family.
I did.
At least not there. Not right now. Mm-hmm.
No, I did just because I was like, okay, I had DACA, and I know that with California, they're a little more flexible on that. So I was like, maybe I just go study in California.
But even that too, that's like a 6-hour drive away.
Sure,
This is like a 6-hour flight regardless.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
There's no driving back and forth.
Yeah.
And now
like a weekend thing where you can just go out. Yeah.
I was gonna say there was like this one time I was a server in the past. I used to work at First Watch. Shout out First Watch in Scottsdale. But I remember one of my coworkers was telling me that they're going to their parents' house for a Friday night dinner. It was like a Wednesday, and I was like, it just kind of sat with me. Like it was really slow, and I just thought about that, and I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I could go to my parents' house for a Friday night dinner and just like see them whenever I wanted to, and just be able to drive to their house, even if it was like an hour or hour and a half. I feel like that would be ideal,
Yeah. So now, like, what is your support? Like, how do you get that?
Well, I do talk to my parents every day.
Okay.
We FaceTime, we talk on the phone, we have a family group chat. So we're always chatting and stuff like that. And realistically, like, maybe this is very like male centric, but for me, I'm just like just dial into my work and keep myself occupied and stay distracted. Cause like, once you're not, I feel like that's when things start kind of like hitting you. I wonder if you guys probably do the same thing though.
Yeah, I mean, you just start getting distracted with work and you just try not to feel the other things, I guess.
I'm sure it can get a little hectic here and there, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can.
You guys go home for Friday night dinners? I know you do, probably. What about you?
Every day.
Yeah, it's Monday and Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays.
And it probably is a nice reset, though, right? To get back home and see your family and everything like that.
Yeah, but so do you have like a big family, or is it just you and your parents and your siblings?
So I have a pretty, especially growing up, like my dad has 3 brothers, and they all have kids too. So like we used to have like big family parties and like Thanksgiving, there was like 20, 30 people at the house at all the time. Or we would go down to their house for the weekend. Like, so growing up, it was a lot like that. But I'd say in the last, probably like really since COVID, we're adults now, people move away and people are kind of doing their own thing. So we don't really see each other as much. Maybe like once a year we all kind of get together, or once every other year. And it is sad thinking about it, but that's part of life, right? You gotta do your thing.
Yeah. What about you, Jocelyn? Do you spend is it just you, Alex, and your kid, or is it more
No, it's everyone.
It's everyone?
Yeah, this last Christmas, it's beautiful if all your in-laws and your family, because there's situations that don't work like that, but I've been blessed with that. So
that's awesome.
So everybody just gets together. We try to split time sometimes if we're not gonna have all the same Christmas and people have different plans, with just a little time here, a little time over here. But,
cool. Yeah.
I think that's like probably because like now my parents, they live in Europe. Like I explained, that's a whole nother story for those listening. But so when they do come home now, like now it's a really big event, and it's like, okay, we're gonna try and make the most of this like week or weekend that we have together, like whether because my parents are in Europe, I'm here, I got my brother and my sister in the East Coast, we also have like family down in Florida, so it's a lot of work to get everyone to get together, but and it might not seem worth it in the moment, I think, but then you get back home and
you're like that was
you look back and
like seeing your mom and everything. think so.
That's good. That's good. I think for me, it's just my siblings and then my dad.
Yeah.
My other family, my mom's side are all in Mexico, so it's really hard to ever really see them. And then my dad has 2 brothers, but they built their own families, you know, they have kids and they have kids. Yeah. So it's just really just us. And I mean, I don't mind it. I like it.
You're just used to it.
I'm just used to it. Yeah.
I think mine came from like the way my dad grew up, like with 3 brothers, like they were all always together, like in the same house and everything like that. So it's kind of like the backbone of our family, I would say, which is like, it was really, really like, I don't know, when you're younger, you don't realize that. And now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, like, we really had like, you know, a lot of like family ties. That was really nice.
Yeah, that's good. No, for my dad was the opposite because they're like, what, 10, 15 years apart?
Yeah.
So by the time my dad was like 10, they were already out of the house.
Yeah,
and so he didn't really have, having their own families. And so he's like, kind of grew up as like the only child.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just stayed that way throughout.
Yeah.
But I bet you and your family, you and like your brothers and your sisters are going to be just like
that. Yeah. Like we're like really close.
Yeah.
Extremely close.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm thankful for that.
10, 15 years. Y'all are gonna be like the backbone
we're gonna
of your
have
family. Especially when you guys all have kids and like do your own thing.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like that. Which
so I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yes. Especially like when you guys start having kids, and it's because my brother and I will be talking, reminiscing, and then like our kids are playing together. It's like a beautiful
so
moment.
Cute.
Yeah. And then they start fighting, but yeah.
That's the joy of it, right?
It
like,
is.
You know what I mean? You think in the moment it's hectic, but you look back and you're like, there's one time where that's the last time y'all are all in the same room.
Yeah. And we would argue quite often, or like fight often, and our little kids now do the same thing where they'll like fight, but we're like, damn, that was us. That's how our vibe was, because then we do notice that at the end of the day they just want to be with each other and like be there, and I'm like, yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
So was the fight between your siblings like fist fights or just like like talking?
It depends.
Both of you,
on the day.
Yeah, I know, right?
My fights with my brother, when we were kids, it used to get pretty bad. Like really bad. Even like as of recently too, like sometimes you get into fights and things just hit the fan, but you know, that's just family, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna fight like that with anybody, might as well be family.
Well, yeah.
Might as well be family. Okay.
That'd be a crazy take.
I'm having a bad day. Come here.
That might be a hot take, but
that is a very hot take.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fight my siblings instead.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, at what age did you get your real estate license?
So I got my license at 21, and I started the process at 20. So I can kind of dive into that if you guys want.
Yeah. Let's hear a little bit about your entrepreneur side.
So like, I guess to go like way back, I did go to ASU, and that was cool. Like college was very difficult for me in the sense of like, I didn't feel like it was worth it, which I think a lot of people our age probably feel like that.
Yeah.
Came out of college, I have like 2 associate's degrees, and didn't really know what to do. I was serving, I was bartending. Ended up meeting some guy, Donovan Hall, shout out you at DR Horton. About our age too, came in one day and just was chatting and told me about like getting into new builds. And I was like, okay, like, you know, how do you do that? He's like, oh, it's basically just real estate. And instantly in my head, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I should definitely do that. This guy is making good money. Like he's, you know, so I started that process. I did the online schooling. It took me about 4 months to get it done. And then it took me like another month or 2 to do the test and pass that. So that was July of 24. So I'm coming up on my renewal date, like around the corner here. And then, I mean, I could really dive in if you want, like on like the whole story.
No, I mean, if you want to.
I'm sure y'all are interested. I don't think I've ever told you before.
I haven't heard it. No.
So I got my license in July. And I was like, okay, do I do resale or do I work for a builder? Because in Arizona, like you have the luxury of picking between both. And my biggest concern was like, if I do resale, I'm not going to be making consistent money coming in, right? So I did a lot of research. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try the builder route. That was really difficult to get into. I was a temp, which is more like an assistant, I would say. Like you kind of sub in for builders like on their days off. Get a little bit of experience. You're really not doing much. You're just kind of sitting there. Like if people come in, you just kind of like, oh, leave your info and the sales agent will get back to you. Ended up applying to a bunch of builders, got an interview with Richmond American Homes. So that was cool. I was really nervous for that too, because it was like the first corporate job that I've ever had.
Okay.
That was like a whole, it was a really like a complex interview. So like imagine there was like you go to the corporate office, there's like a table there, 6 managers in front of you. and then like 6 other hirees right next to you. So it's like a mega interview, like a group interview.
I don't think I could do that.
Oh my
I'd probably
goodness.
freeze.
Yes.
Like,
and
But
like,
you're naturally an outgoing person, you'd say. So you were like, okay, like
it's probably easier for you. Yeah.
nah, not at that time. I had very little confidence at that time because like the 3 or 4 people in front of me were like 10, 20-year agents. So I'm hearing their backstory of like, oh, I've been in real estate.
I just got my license.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, like,
Last
yeah,
week.
they've had like 10, 20 years of experience on me. And I was like the youngest person in the room by like 15 years. It was just really difficult to like think I'm going to get this job. There's no way. But luckily, Richmond's like pretty like good. They like to hire like people who don't have experience. They want to train them and everything. So I got good training with them. Ended up working with them for about 6 months. It was really difficult, I'd say, because you got to imagine, like, if you're working for a builder, you can only sell their homes. And if your clients don't have their homes, it's like, it's a lot more salesy than like what real estate really is. Because in resale, and I'm sure y'all know this, or you probably would feel the same way, there's a lot of like love in the game, right? You know, you can find someone any home that makes them feel special. But imagine trying to sell like a blank spec home or something from dirt.
And you're like, it's this one.
Yeah, like it's really difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Did gave me lots of training. And then I ended up leaving them back in August and joining a resale team now in September. And I've been with them ever since. Yeah. So, and it's been
And
great.
you like the team? You like how it's been so far?
Yeah, I like our team a lot. I think it's really good for like new agents and people trying to get into the business and get like a lot of at-bats or a lot of reps. I think that's like the biggest thing.
The discipline, maybe it'll help.
Yeah. And I think that was the good part. Working corporate is like you get like
discipline.
You get the discipline, you get like the cold calling, you get the systems.
That's good.
You
get
learn
to
transactions
know.
too with like people above you that can really help you out. Whereas I think if you go right into resale, it's like if you don't have a good team around you, it's really difficult.
I think that's what's sad.
Easily.
Yeah, I think that's what's sad about agents today is that they kind of just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they just start off without a brokerage that's there to support them. And that's why I think teams, too many, are really good because it just helps you stay accountable and learn at least the basics on the team.
Because I was with EXP. I'm so sorry.
No,
I was with EXP and like I just felt like I was lost. I did not know what I was doing. So like, you know, I'm like, dang, maybe if I started with a group or started with a team, then
you went straight solo.
I just went, but I didn't even do research about
it. Like you don't even know.
You don't know.
It's crazy, like all the testing and schooling that you do, but like then it comes down.
They don't teach you nothing.
They don't teach you how to like lead gen or even like how to even fill out a simple contract or transaction.
Oh no, they tell you this is a contract, you're gonna get sued if you do this.
That's gotta be
even that contract. What is it, like a 6-hour contract class that you get, and they only go through the basics: name, like last name, and purchase price. And
I think the classes that they do, they don't show the actual sheets, right?
I don't know.
Maybe they do. Maybe my school didn't do it. Because I did like the online
It's been 5 years. I don't know. Yeah.
This broker over here. Maybe
I don't remember.
But no, like I even the first time opening up like a purchase contract, you're just like, oh my god,
what
like,
is
there's
this?
so much crap in here that like, and realistically at this point, like you don't read through all of it. Like there's very select spots that maybe like shouldn't be saying all. There's select spots though, right? Where like this is where we need to go. We need to go here, this line, this line.
I mean, it's a lot for you to memorize and exactly know what.
But at least just to get an understanding, I think is really important as an agent. Just the basics. And unfortunately, not many agents actually know the contract. Like I was saying how like last week I received a contract and it was just like so poorly written.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? Like,
or even if you're on a team and like you don't have good leadership or good mentors like above you, which is so common in Arizona, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Like, you get sold on this team lifestyle and like you're gonna have a mentor and everything like that.
And they don't help at all.
Yeah, reality, it's like, okay, well, you want to get your first sale, go call for 7 days a week for the next 6 months. And if you get one, like we're gonna take 50% of that and good luck.
Yeah, they don't even help you. They just take your commission.
No, I call Josh and he's always on it. He's always answering back, like very on top of it. And I'm like, dang, if I was having these transactions previously, I don't know if I'd get the same help.
Yeah.
And I think we're making it sound like resale is really difficult, but I won't lie. When I was at the builder, like I could not tell you because we'd have to work every Saturday, Sunday. I couldn't tell you how many times like we'd have an agent come in to tour at like 10 a.m. They leave by like 11:30. I'm like, oh, what else are you guys doing today? Oh, we're going to the pool. We're gonna do this. And I'm like, dang, like y'all are about to make double the amount of money as me, and you get to leave. You're only working for 2 hours today or 3 hours today. You know? I think it's really hard to get those leads off the jump, but once you get those, and that's like
the momentum comes.
Yeah.
You
get the momentum, and then like you're working, right? You're working 24/7, but you're really not at the same time.
Sure. Yeah. And I think that's the beautiful thing of not having a 9 to 5. Like we don't have to wake up at this hour to be there at 9 and then
100%.
leave. And then all that traffic nowadays.
I know.
It's bad.
I know. Even like usually we're touring, it's like what, after 10 a.m., like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
to maybe sometimes you're touring like around 5:30, 6, 7
Sure.
o'clock.
Yeah.
But most of the times it's like 10 to like maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily the traffic's not.
I've done the 5 because they got
I
out of work and I had to meet up with them.
And it's difficult, right?
It's a little hard, yeah.
I had clients one time where they could only tour on Mondays and Tuesdays between like 4 and 7 p.m. And every tour felt like a race. It was like every time you
get there,
get to the next house, it's like you got to get in all this traffic and you're sitting at lights for 35 minutes. And we were in uptown Phoenix. So like the traffic was crazy. So it just made the touring really stressful.
Yeah.
And it is crazy. Like you didn't think of it.
Yeah, you get home kind of late though. Like I would get back like at 9 sometimes.
Yeah,
from the traffic. But or then you stay there and you're answering their questions or their doubts. And I mean that's
really
your job.
Rapport,
but
honestly, like that, I think that's the biggest part. Like we say at our team a lot of times, it's like just show up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, like that's what a lot of these agents aren't even doing. They're not even showing up, or if they are showing up, they don't have the info or the confidence or like the background or the knowledge to be able to just give confidence into their buyers that hey, I'm a good realtor. I'm gonna fight for you, and I know what I need to know to get you guys in your next home.
And I feel like I've talked to you about it at least, like getting that confidence because I feel like I know my stuff, but I second guess myself, or maybe because I'm younger and I'm like, oh, they're not going to take me serious. But if you have it in you to just, I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I really do know what I'm talking about to you. So like presenting yourself that way, it comes off.
I think I had that at the builder. Like that was my, like we would have corporate meetings like once a month. And I remember I would get so stressed like about my tattoos or like I wasn't maybe selling or performing well. And like I would get so nervous to go to those and I would not have confidence. Like it was very difficult. Or even other things too, like you'd have clients come in and like maybe you could sell yourself to them, but the homes that you had didn't sell themselves to their clients and you can't do nothing about it. And it makes you feel like a bad salesperson. Like you feel like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Like am I not, you know what I mean? And if it was like a resale, like if I had that lead now, I would be able to take them wherever and I could sell myself to them in a heartbeat typically. But yeah.
So what's something that people don't usually see behind entrepreneurship? I mean, because it's not all, it's not easy.
The lows, especially in real estate, like the lows are crazy. Like you'll have a week or 2 weeks where you're flying high, you're touring nonstop, you got appointments, you might be working 9-10 hour days and might be exhausted, but you feel good. And then like you'll have another week or 2 weeks after that where you're not doing nothing. You're sitting at home, you're calling people up, you're getting, demotivated, you're getting people to talk to lenders and they can't qualify, like, or maybe you'll have a couple under contracts and inspections come back and things don't look right and you got to cancel. Like the lows are probably the worst part. And I'm sure y'all probably definitely.
Especially I feel like for someone like you who always has to keep moving, right? So like doing absolutely nothing for a week is probably really stressful.
Oh
it's more stressful than actually working.
Yeah. Because you guys have like families, right? And you have kids. So
I'm just like, I'm always, even though I don't have any transactions, like
you're always doing something.
Something. So my mind's not so, I have to find that balance. I know you do too with everything.
For me, it's like, single man, like at 23. And if you're, what are the things we got to do? Work, hit the gym, clean up my house, maybe. But like, other than that, I don't have kids to tend to. I don't have like family that I'm going to go see. Like, so it's a little bit like exactly what you're saying. If I'm not doing something, it gets really like to my head, like really fast.
And I think that goes back to the hustle culture that we're seeing today. Do you find that to be motivating or toxic?
I find it to be toxic, but I do find it to be like almost a requirement.
Okay. Explain.
Like, because we talk about this all the time with like new agents, especially in Phoenix. Like they want to just sit at these nice luxury teams and they don't want to do much and they just kind of like want to twiddle their thumbs and maybe they'll close one transaction in a year or something like that. But to me, it's like, or they'll shoot I don't know, maybe they'll shoot these videos and stuff like that, right? And while they're doing that and spending like 8 hours a day on one video, I'm out touring 8 homes with 2 clients,
right? And
to me, it's like, I need that income to come in. That income has to come in. There's no other way around that. And if that's not happening, like, it might be toxic because, like I said, it gets to your head. Sure. But I think it's a requirement, especially as a grown man. especially as a grown man. Like you need that income to be coming in to feel some sort of way for yourself, especially in this day and age, like with like all the talks about like money and like if you're not successful by 18, like if you're not making six figures by 18, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it is. It's like, but
interesting.
And what advice would you give to anybody that's wanting to take that risk and be an entrepreneur? Because there's a difference between that 9 to 5 to like full-time entrepreneur.
I would say do it while you're younger for sure. Because any entrepreneurship, your first 2 to 3, maybe even 4 or 5 years are going to be pretty difficult. But if you're doing that when you're like 29, 30, 32, I think that becomes pretty stressful. Because you have more bills and more things to take care of. Yeah. But at a younger age, at least for me, like you have less stuff on your plate, you can balance it a little bit more. Yeah. And if you aren't working a 9 to 5 yet, maybe, and you're thinking about doing entrepreneurship, like I think working the 9 to 5 really showed me like I don't like that. Yeah, and I don't want to work in that. And I'd rather do the entrepreneurship and take the risk for it, Yeah. So I would say real estate was like the first job I've ever done where like I actually did not hate it. Like I actually like really love it. Like I said, there's some down times, but I really love it. It's like one of the first jobs I've really had that I loved. Yeah, and you've done a few jobs. I've done a lot of jobs. So that's good. I mean, you've got an experience. You've seen, okay, this isn't working for me. I need something different. Yep. And so then you went into real estate, and you're like, okay, this is the fit. And even that too, like I like I said, I tried the corporate route. Yeah. And I hated it. And like, we have some people from our team that came from where I came from as well. And we joke, like, imagine we were back in that box right now, like in there for 8-9 hours a day, like, with all these due dates and deadlines and stuff like that, and numbers that need to be turned in. And a lot of things are out of your control. Yep. So yeah, I definitely would not go back. Yeah. I was a leasing agent at apartments. So and like very similar. Yeah. So the numbers were just like getting to me, and the stress of like, well, you're not renting these out. And I'm like, okay, but I have no control of like, I was calling back people and like following up and doing all these I'm posting out on Facebook Market, seeing who would walk in the door. But the times are scarier now than before. So it was just harder to get people in the door. I feel like you get like the burnout is, especially when you do a sales job like that. But when it's like sales mixed with like corporate, that burnout's unreal. You probably know what I'm talking about, like being a leasing agent. Yeah, I would say like so. Posting everywhere. You feel like you've used every tool that you have. Yeah. Yes. Things aren't going your way. Yeah, I didn't last. I think I lasted like maybe almost a year. I was about to be almost a year. But that probably taught you like, I don't like doing this 9 to 5. Yeah, I led into real estate from there. Yeah, which is like amazing. And it's crazy because there's amazing leasing agents at my building now in downtown. Maybe some of them are watching this. I don't know. And I've told them like, you would be an amazing realtor. Like you would be insane. You're so good at your job as a leasing agent. Like imagine you had the flexibility and the tools to like utilize whoever you wanted like in the business. And you could like not only show them an apartment, but you could show them an apartment, a condo, a townhome, a single family home, a mansion, a piece of land, like whatever, So, but it's hard. The entrepreneurship route is hard because you don't have that set income. So you have to, it's either make it or break it, because you gotta keep pushing and trying to make money, because if not, I mean, and that's, I think, people's biggest fear of leaving a 9 to 5, especially like you said, it's when you're younger, it's like, okay, I have nothing to lose. I don't have family. I don't have anything. I can start over if I wanted to. But when you hit like 30, 40 and like trying to leave that 9 to 5 after that's scary. I could not imagine that. Yeah. Like with a family and kids and like trying to do that at that point. And risk. Like, Alex, well, my husband's at that point where he's like, I want to do that, maybe even real estate, but obviously he has to provide. So I know that that's a lot of pressure for him. Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of people too want to do real estate with like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Right. And you can't do that. That's really hard. There's only certain exceptions. I think like only certain people that can do like full-time a job and real estate. Like we have an agent right now who, but it is doable. I mean, yeah, we have an agent right now who moved over. Like she was she's killing it in real estate, and she was doing both full-time and real estate, and she was able to handle it all, and she has kids and all that stuff. Yeah. Does she have years of real estate experience prior to that? No. Okay. So I feel like that's the only way I'd be able to do it. Like if you're in real estate for years and then you step out. and you could do like a
I talked to her a little bit, and I was like, she's honestly a boss. Yeah.
Now she left her job and she's going all in real estate, and she's doing even better.
One check. It takes like one house, one check to like, okay.
Yeah, but she was doing it for a few months.
Yeah, she was doing
full time and
cool.
real estate. So and there's certain exceptions, but in most cases, I think it's really hard to have a full time job and do real estate. You can't. Yeah, it's really hard to do both. Agree.
Especially if it's like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, especially if it's a 9 to 5.
That'd be really difficult.
Yeah. So going off, well, you also go do music, right? So is it a hobby? Is it just something that like what is it? Is it something that you're gonna be a musician, artist, in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I do make music, and I would definitely say that it's 1,000% a hobby right now. Although the feedback that I've gotten and like even just the traction I've gotten and the dopamine I would say that you get from it, definitely makes me consider like, okay, should I really do this? But like people talk about like trying to do entrepreneurship with real estate. I've heard like the route with music is so hard.
Oh, sure.
So hard.
I think especially nowadays.
It's like a public humiliation ritual to like get your music. Like, I don't think people realize like I have to shove my music down people's throats to like listen to it. I'm like forcing them to, especially people who don't want to, which I get, but then they'll listen to it and they're like, oh, it's actually like really good. You know what I mean? I don't know.
What kind of music do you do? Like,
I do like hip hop, R&B, like more melodic stuff. I would say like probably like new gen, but I would not say like the rage hip hop. If y'all know what I'm talking about, I don't know if you.
No, I don't.
No. I think a lot of like newer music nowadays is like really violent. Like newer hip hop is like really violent.
Sure, yeah.
Mine isn't like that. It's a lot more like upbeat, melodic. Like,
I like R&B, so
yeah, there's some R&B stuff in there too. So
yeah,
but yeah.
Can you sing for us right now?
No, I can't.
Justin, give him a beat.
Yeah, maybe.
No, clip it. You can put it in the clip. Y'all can transition. I'll put the music video out. Y'all can be in it. We'll do that.
Okay.
What?
Y'all have to lip sync though too at the same time.
Never mind.
To see what the neck got y'all into.
Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
So how do you balance the music with the real estate and like still, trying to just be sane and all?
I think when you were talking about the burnout and like the demotivation part with real estate, I think that's where the music comes into it. Is like, okay, if I'm feeling really burned out with real estate, I'm a creative. Like I love to create stuff, and music is something that I think I'm pretty good at to do. And like it's like even if I'm not putting it out, even if I'm just making it for myself and like it stays private on my computers or whatever.
Yeah.
The dopamine and like the bliss of like creating something and like listening back to it is unreal. Like think of your favorite piece of art, whether it's, or even food, like for that matter. And imagine if you got so good at making that every day that nobody else on the planet could make you feel the way that you felt if you're eating your favorite dish or you're reading your favorite book or your favorite poem or whatever you want to call it. Like that's how making music makes me feel. You know what I mean? That's the only way I could describe it.
Yeah, it's your own creation. Like you did this, you put the effort, and then
for sure.
And then you receive it. It's like a good feeling.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like something that would be like maybe for you with real, like as a broker, like if you have
like
agents,
helping.
Yeah.
And if you got like you get so good at it that you can help people so consistently and like that dopamine that
and it feels good that you actually help someone other than yourself.
For sure. I say music is like probably on a smaller scale because it doesn't take too long to make a song.
Sure.
Oh, it doesn't? I would thought
I mean, like a good song, it really just depends, I think. It's like all mental, I feel like.
He's it's natural for him. It's
okay.
Like
no, there's
30 minutes in.
Sometimes
a brand new hit.
Like 50 minutes. Really? I swear. It really just depends, like if you're in the zone.
What are you talking about, real estate?
I mean, I guess in some sense, but it's probably not like
cancel the deal.
No, definitely not.
Justin's gonna start it on music.
That's what my parents say. They're always like, why don't you talk about like your upbringing and all this stuff in like in New Jersey? And I'm like, Mom, that's just not gonna fly in the song. That's how you. That's how
you could.
Cringy, maybe. I guess. Yeah, I guess you could, like in a cool way. Like,
in a cool way.
Depends on the delivery and like the way that the words are structured. But
and you do all of it. Do you partner up with like maybe friends that help you with building the music?
Couple friends, that might they'll hop on a couple songs, but most of like the beats and stuff like that are just from other creatives on like YouTube or TikTok that I find. Okay. Mainly YouTube, because you can like really dial into like the exact kind of like type of beat that you want to find. But yeah, I definitely have had a couple friends like come over, and like that's originally how it started actually.
Oh.
Like me and my friends, we would just, we would be dumb and start freestyling, and they would be like, dude, you could actually make something if you just kind of slow down a little bit. So I was like, okay, like let me try that. And I started, trying to write some stuff, and then you kind of get good at it, and then you realize like, okay, it's more like in the delivery and what you're saying and how you're pronunciating your words. That mixed with like some good presets and some good effects, it goes a long way. It really does. Like you don't have to be crazy, super talented to make a good song. I think it's just the good words and some good effects on your stuff, and figuring out like what sound kind of works for you. Probably is like what works,
Yeah. When did you get started into music?
2022.
Oh, so it's not too long ago.
Not too long ago. No, 2022. I never even thought I'd be able to. Like, there's this one line I said one time where I was like I couldn't even rap, or I couldn't even make a song like a year ago, and like now I'm like making an entire project, because it was like that. It just kind of just happened,
Yeah. You have an album now, right?
Couple, yeah, two like full albums, yeah. I just put one out though, Wonderful Us, on all platforms by Dill. That came out in April.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
But yeah, two full albums. So
when was your first one made?
2023 actually.
23 and then 26.
Yeah, and 26, and this one was like planned. The first one kind of wasn't. Like,
okay.
I just was making music, and then I looked back and I ended up having like, I don't know, like 20 something songs, and I was like, okay, let me pick like 15 from these that I think are really well. I had a lot of music leading up to that, but like 20 good songs. And I was like, okay, I would put these on platforms for people to listen to. Okay. But this last one was like pretty planned. Okay. I was like trying to develop the track list and like figure out what sounds I wanted to do, and look for very specific sounding beats and everything like that. So yeah, this one was a lot more structured.
And are you planning on releasing another album this year?
This year? Oh, I don't know about this year. Maybe like another song. Maybe I might do like another song, like a single, or maybe like an EP, like a small like little tape.
Oh, it's an EP.
Like 3 or 4 songs.
Okay.
Smaller tape. Nothing like
gotcha.
crazy. Maybe like 6 at the max. I wouldn't do any more than that.
Okay, so how much does your this album have?
Streams?
The songs.
Oh, 15, I think.
15
or 16, something like that.
Like how long is that? Like an hour? Or two?
It's actually 59 minutes and 59 seconds on the dot.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, that was unplanned. I don't know how that happened. 59 minutes and 59 seconds. So yeah, just under an hour. And yeah, it was supposed to be shorter. And I just remember like, when you're, like I said, when you're kind of in the zone, I wasn't really focusing on real estate too much. I was just listening to beats all the time. And like right when I was about to turn everything in, there was like 2 more beats that I just heard, and I was like, oh, these sound really, really good. And like back to my point, I was able to put those in a timeline and make a song in like 15 minutes. That was like perfect. Like I didn't have to listen to it back. I didn't have to like think about it. I was like, that's exactly what I needed. I was able to pour my heart into there and put that on my project. And I
don't think I could ever do that.
Yeah. What are your top like 5 artists
of all time?
Yeah, all time. I mean, since you're like, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be controversial. This might be. I don't know.
It's all right.
Some of these artists people probably won't even know. For one, though, I will have to say I gotta put Juice WRLD up there, 100%. If you know. People are gonna be like, oh, the release stuff. It's the stuff that's not released. That's where it's at. I'd say him. I would say Brent Faiyaz, but the old Brent, not the new Brent. I would say Tyler Childers for country, if you're familiar with him. No?
No, I'm sorry.
No? Seriously? I'm surprised. I thought maybe you would.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. It's probably Spanish music strictly, or no?
No, it's a mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 5. So that's 3. I would say probably Super Heaven, which is like a really good alternative band. Crazy. I seen them live last year. That was really nice. And then 5th, that'd be a really hard choice. Right now, I guess I'd put a rapper like Sofago up there, which y'all probably also don't know. I get it.
No, I've never heard of them.
But yeah, those are like my top 5.
I've heard of.
We have to look into them.
Yeah, because Juice WRLD.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've.
You haven't heard of Brent Faiyaz? You haven't heard of Brent Faiyaz?
I think if I hear one of his songs, or if I
He's R&B.
properly.
I really like him actually. He's R&B.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I have heard.
Share it with
Yeah, but okay, so now we're transitioning into another section, our last section, which is a big topic that everyone seems to be talking about on social media, which is on modern feminism and modern masculinity. So, Jocelyn, did you want to start with the questions?
So we kind of wanted to do a game out of this. I know. We have here some cards, and there's 2 different questions that you can get. It could be a rapid fire question, which you just have to answer yes or no, or a question where you can explain on what you believe is the right answer for this question. There's really no right or wrong.
Okay.
But we're gonna take a turn with each of the questions. Okay. Like everyone
planning everything. So
I'm a little nervous.
Okay. Well, let's put them here. So I have a question here. Do women still want providers? I think they do. Well, at least me as a woman.
Yeah.
I think I do want a provider, someone that steps up, someone that knows how to lead and when to lead. So yeah, what do you guys think?
I'll let Janae go first.
What was the question?
The question is, do women still want providers?
Yeah, I do. I mean, as much as I like and enjoy working and making money and all that stuff, I do want a provider, not even just financially, but just someone that's going to be there for me in all aspects and someone who's going to lead. And I think that's one of the biggest controversial things that we're seeing right now is the idea that a woman shouldn't be submissive to their husbands. And I think I was reading this book about how it was explaining the idea of submission to the husband. It's not necessarily being like a slave to the man, but just obviously when there comes big decisions, the woman has to submit to the husband in a certain way. And I think it's the way that essentially God created us. It's 2 different roles. Men are meant to be providers, and women in most cases are meant to be the caretakers. So we're how would you word this? Like, we're both equal, yet we have different roles. So
I would highly agree too. And I think like it doesn't have to be providing even in an aspect of like, I would say money and stuff like that for sure. And like, as a leader, but it can even be smaller things too. Like whether it's like forms of affection or like, people talk about like their what is it called? Like their 5 ways of like love or something like that.
Yeah.
Like even in
love
those
languages.
Yeah, those 5 love languages. Like you could be a man and lead or provide in those aspects as well. But I would highly agree. I think, and I definitely think especially so. But I would say there's still probably like a great percentage of women that probably don't, right? And if you're a man that's like, is okay with that, then for sure, by all means, go that route. But I think most men probably do want to lead for their woman and like want to one woman to be like a bit more submissive for them. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
But people take that like so wrongly, I feel like.
Oh yeah, this is gonna cause a lot of controversy.
Is it all
no, it's you.
Yeah, no, it's your turn.
What do men misunderstand about women? I'm supposed to answer this.
Hank, I was excited. I was like, he has to get that question.
Yeah.
I planned it. No, just kidding. I did it.
I don't know how to answer that. I guess that's the question for you guys.
What do men misunderstand about women?
No,
well, what do you think?
Yeah, you can still answer.
Misunderstand about women.
It's your opinion. It's
their thoughts. Can't read minds, y'all. It's really hard to read minds out here. Definitely that, I would say. But yeah, unless you guys have more, I would say that's
wait, what was that? Oh, not knowing their thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of women like don't speak their mind all the time, right? Or if they do, it might be like more like emotion based, like in the moment.
Yeah.
Or like long-term thinking, like when things are a little bit more separated. At least for me, like I've been an overthinker. So it's like if there's no communication there, which I would say is a lot of times it's a little harder to, especially at this age. That's probably the biggest thing that I think men would misunderstand. And I guess too, back to the previous question, like how to be a provider or how to lead.
Sure.
Because not every time is it money, like we were saying. So but yeah, that's what I think.
It's tough. What do you misunderstand about women? I think sometimes I feel like men misunderstand that we don't need you to fix everything.
Okay.
And just like listen, and be neutral with like be okay with the problem and just sit there and deal with it and like give me a sec to to pour out my feelings, let my anger out, or like whatever.
That's like a very adult
and you just take and it sucks because I know women are very emotional and you just also need to be emotionally intelligent as well. But yeah, just you don't gotta fix it, just hear me out.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer this question.
That's the hardest question.
Brett, we had these questions beforehand too, and we didn't even
we didn't
go over that. I know we didn't prepare,
but that's good.
That's good. Okay,
this is the one question you didn't ask me in the car when we were reviewing them.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do men misunderstand about women? I think they misunderstand what we want, I guess. Like you said, especially when it comes to the emotional side, I think sometimes us as women are very emotional in the moment, and sometimes we just need someone there to just hear us out and listen instead of just acting right away or getting into a fight with us, because the women,
right.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, we got a rapid fire question now.
Okay.
Danae's up.
So no explanation. Okay.
Is loyalty rare now?
Yes.
Okay. I agree. Yes.
Okay, that's it. So, I said yeah.
Yeah, say it again.
Yes. Okay, it's your turn.
Jocelyn's up.
Okay, I have a question. I put questions instead of question, but do you think society puts pressure on men to always have it together?
Yeah. You want me to go first or you go first?
Oh, I'll go first then because I think so. Sorry.
Way to cut me off.
I know. Do you think society puts pressure on men too? Yeah. I think I didn't see it until my husband, we sat down and talked about it. He did make me more aware that, that men do have that pressure to have it together. And like we had talked already about being the provider, giving everything, especially because we have a family, putting everything into the family. So yeah, what do you think, Dylan? I'll let you continue.
I would say for sure. And like the biggest thing nowadays is the money. Like that's the crazy part. Even without a family,
like that's the first thing your mind kind of goes to.
And it's like not just like money like to stay afloat, but like money to like live nice, right? And like, of course with your partner and your kids, like y'all want to go do fun stuff. You want to go take trips. You want to go to the movies. Right? You want to go to a resort, or you want to buy your wife something nice. And I mean, the money thing is like the biggest hurdle, I think, or the biggest stress on the man 24/7. And I think especially like in today's age, like I think as a young man, if you're not making money, like it's really difficult to want to feel comfortable in a relationship, like off the jump, if you're not making very good, consistent money, because that's like on the back of your mind 24/7.
Do you think, let's say you were in a relationship and your woman was the one that was making making more money than you, would you feel insecure there?
I would honestly say, yeah, probably.
Really?
Like in a sense, it depends on the difference.
But not because I mean, it's understandable because you want to be that provider.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be jealous of her.
For sure.
Her
and
success, because that's both of your success.
I mean, I think there's two ways to look at it, right? Like you could look at it like, oh, my wife makes more money than me. Like I feel jealous about that. And if that's the case, then maybe that shouldn't be your wife, because you should not feel that way. But I also think as a man, it's like, at least the way I grew up too, like my father was the breadwinner and like was the one that was just very typical. And as a man, like as unfortunate as it is, like making money is a real, like that's kind of like a big point of value in the society now, especially in America. So it's like, what's the difference? Like, how does your wife treat about it? Like if she holds that above you, then maybe like y'all aren't meant to be. There's so many different aspects to it. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing as well. And also, other small stuff like physiques and looks and everything like that nowadays, which I think are getting a little too dramatic online. I'm sure y'all probably see the same content. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay.
The society put too much pressure to always keep it together. Yeah. I mean, I saw it with my dad, I think, especially on the emotional side. When my mom passed away, it kind of felt like he always had I think for him to always have to have it together, especially having to raise 4 kids on his own. So growing up, very rarely did I ever see him cry. Like ever.
Even my dad. Like,
yeah.
I can't think of one time.
Rarely. And I feel like it would have helped us, I think, process it a little bit more if we did see him cry and show his emotions. But I mean, it never was. And I think it's because they always have that pressure to always have it together, you know? I don't know if it's a bad thing to have the pressure entirely.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, it can be too much for men sometimes. Yeah.
The crying thing is actually really crazy because same thing. I've never seen my dad cry.
Ever.
Never. I've never even seen my dad like show doubt, which is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. They always come with like confidence. Doubt.
It's insane. Like,
I've
even
never
just
seen
having
my dad
no doubt.
cry, but
maybe it's a thing you just kind of get as you get older. But I feel like maybe that's what your 20s is about, like trying to like navigate those things.
Yeah.
But like I've always admired that about my dad, and like I can't. Hopefully, at some point in my life, I'm at a point where like there is no doubt, or like you don't even show it, doesn't even hit you anymore. Like it's just kind of like whatever.
But I feel like it does hit them. They just don't show it because they're men, so they gotta have it together.
Yeah,
and especially providing for a family, like you have to have it together.
Well, we've had a couple me and my dad have had a couple like really deep talks about stuff like that. Occasionally, like, every once in a while.
Yeah.
And like I'll ask him about, especially like his past too, because I know
that also affects it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when him and my mom had me and my brother, like I know from what they've said, like it was super, super difficult back then. Like, you know, my mother was a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that. But like as a kid, like we didn't even notice. Like, you didn't even know. Like you would have never thought. And like exactly what you're saying. Like my dad just like always looked like he had it together. And never showed doubt, or even when it came to money and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Next question. We got a rapid fire question. Should relationships be 50-50? We spoke about this.
Oh,
yeah.
You start.
This is such a hard, like,
just answer yes or no.
I know. I feel like it's like,
it's not no explanation.
This is like a hard no explanation question.
Okay, I agree with Danae. It's a no. It shouldn't be 50-50. Like
I'll say yes.
Yes.
You're gonna walk out
to an extent, but
right
like,
now.
I want to break this down. Like 50-50 does not entirely mean money. Like I'm saying 50-50 in so many different
and everything
areas.
Yeah, so is it 50-50 yes or no?
I would say yes. Like,
gosh.
Can I get like 30 seconds to break this down?
Yes.
Yeah, because
we're gonna make
that's a really intense question.
It is a really hard question. 50-50, like, okay, like when I say 50-50, if I'm bringing home the money, right, and I'm changing the brakes, and I'm fixing the shed in the back. I think I used that same reference in the car. Like my wife should be like doing the dishes or whatever, or like preparing the dinners and stuff like that. Like that to my head is what I think of 50-50.
But I think like thinking about it now, I don't even think that's like 50-50. I think it's like some days you have like a 80-20 and some days so it's like
I agree.
Okay, maybe that's actually not 50-50 then in my head. To me, that's fine. Like I don't need my wife to be bringing in all the money, but if she's like doing the
providing,
but it's 100 on her side and 100 on your side.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was thinking too.
Even
50-50 is a
please
total
include that in the clip.
We're gonna clip it. Like, should it be 50-50?
No, that would be the worst rage day. That's gonna ruin my career, y'all.
Yeah.
That's gonna ruin my career.
Could you imagine?
No,
I'm gonna clip it.
Sorry. I'm gonna say Alex and I talked about this as well, and I was saying that it's not even 100 because sometimes, girl, you're exhausted, you're on your period, you're not feeling well, whatever, you're sick, then you're bringing 80 to the table that day. And I'm telling Alex, like, sometimes no, I'm not 100%, I'm at 80, I'm at 50, I'm at 30%, but hey, if you're at 50, then that makes more percentage, like combine that together.
You guys are looking at so analytically.
Yeah, no, but I mean, so you just got to put in a little bit more work. And I understand I have to clean and cook and all this and you're providing, but like,
to me,
there's some days where
I'm feeling shitty, like you got to, put in a little bit work in the house.
Yeah,
and
if he's not feeling
just
well,
helping each other.
And I've actually seen some relationships where like it wasn't 50-50 from the man's side, like the husband's giving 100% the wife's giving 100% and the husband's only giving like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
And to me, that might be like the worst of the worst, especially for the lady. Like if it's like, especially if it's like a lack of income plus you have like kids in the family involved, like that's where it can get really, really draining and toxic. And,
draining.
I've seen that firsthand, and that's that's definitely probably the worst.
Okay, so no 50-50.
No.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the next question? Is this question was this question on there? Is why can I say vulnerability attractive in men?
That's a question for you guys.
I say yes.
To an extent.
Yeah,
because I can't have
smallest little smidge.
just like a little bit.
If it's any more than that, good luck.
Yeah, because if you're, I don't know.
Two,
I feel like if you're showing like showing all your feelings like a little girl, then no. I'm sorry, but I mean, I think it's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a yes or no, but
It's a breakdown.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that's.
You're
Are you gonna answer?
After Jocelyn.
Yeah, I said yes, but how you said turn a little bit, because then if it's too much, you're just like, what?
Like that's.
How do I help you?
No, I think it's actually a great point. I think it's really hard too as a man because like what we were saying, like you have to keep everything together and bottle it inside of you and like never talk about it. Maybe talk about it with your homies, but it's always a different conversation talking about your vulnerable, like whether it's insecurities or relationships or whatever, your vulnerability with your friends versus your partner or your lady or something like that.
Yeah.
But is that unfair? Sorry, but
I mean, whether it's unfair or not, it's just
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like it's just normal.
Yeah.
But and it's always hard because like sometimes you want to like fully confide in your partner or your lady.
And I feel like in some cases you can.
Yeah, for sure.
But just not.
It's not too much, right?
Yeah, not every day. Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, we still have a few. Dang. Okay. Can modern feminism and traditional masculinity coexist? I think yes.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say yeah to that.
Modern feminism is a little.
Wait. Sorry. Can modern feminism and traditional masculinity?
Oh, modern feminism.
Yeah,
I thought you meant traditional.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
I was
too.
like, no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I would say probably no. It's actually really difficult.
No, it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, we spoke about this too. Like I said, there's probably certain men out there that might be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I feel like for the majority,
if you practice traditional masculinity, then it's probably really difficult.
To find.
I think I'm more of a traditional.
Yeah.
In my marriage, it's more traditional.
Yeah, I would agree. 100%. Yeah, I think it'd be really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys were getting mad at me for answering. No, I was like,
wait.
Yeah, no, me too.
I had to reread the question. I'm like, wait a second.
That's why I read.
Are you mad at me for?
We got a rapid fire question. Would you rather build with someone or meet them after success? Oh, this is a hard one.
Oh, I'd say build with them.
Yeah,
but that's just because how I started my.
I would say build with them. I think it'd be really hard to find somebody that is like also good to build with. But yeah, but I definitely think if you can lock in with that person and don't give that up.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my husband.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
What do you think modern women misunderstand about men?
The pressure. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Definitely the pressure for sure. Because like I said, it's not just money. It's like money. It's like looks. Like you got to be. I mean, they joke about this nowadays, right? Where it's like you got to be fit. You got to have a 6-pack. You got to have the 6 figures to your name. You got to be 6'5". Like you know what I mean. You got to be handsome. Like there's all. I
think even for nowadays with like dating, I think it goes both ways. I sometimes think that women are like, okay, you're creating somebody. It's not. You know? And then same with the men. I think, oh, I want a thin woman. I want this with her and her to be whatever. And then I'm just like, okay, like these are a lot of expectations for someone. Yeah. And we got to remember these people are human. Like it's a human that you're wanting.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think even too, like I could put that on myself too, because exactly what you're saying, like you have this ideal image of like someone that you want in your life. And like if it's not that, anybody that you meet, you kind of just look for the one thing to write them off, and
if they don't have it, that's it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Is it me or
I think it's Jocelyn.
Okay. Rapid fire.
Cool.
Are men naturally supposed to lead?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Next question.
Next.
That was easy. Do you think traditional relationships are making a comeback? Yeah, I would say so. To an extent.
Yeah.
I think it's actually getting like further apart now. I think like traditional relationships are making a really big comeback but then also the other side of things that are like,
yeah, I think
I don't know what you'd call them. Those like, what is it called? Like polygamous relationships. They're like they're not like monogamous. Those are like also on the rise for some people.
Oh, like very modern, very
like open and like very.
Gotcha.
You know
I was like,
we're married and we live together, but we kind of do our own things.
Yeah.
Like those, and maybe that's maybe a thing too with like the level of like income that's required nowadays to like even raise a family, and like sometimes people kind of get trapped in that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think traditional ones are definitely making a comeback.
I mean, what I've seen on social media, I think it's not. I haven't seen it that often.
That's the thing.
And I feel like
social
there's
media stuff. It tricks you into thinking it's not.
Yeah.
And then you look IRL, like in person, I think you would see more traditional relationships.
I don't know.
No?
I mean, maybe at church, but anywhere else, I feel like everyone's
kind of
doing their own thing.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like they're just kind of drifting apart.
Yeah.
The traditional and the very modern.
They're like,
and I feel like I see more modern.
I think so too.
I wish it was more traditional.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think.
But I get it.
Yeah, and I think the more modern relationships, they kind of, I don't even know. Like they give me like the ick in a sense. You know,
yeah.
Like, I feel very like, I don't know. And if you meet somebody, male or female, right, where like you can tell that's the kind of partner they would be. You kind of like steer clear of them, right? Like off the rip. Like you don't even want to know much about their, relationship tendencies or whatever. So we only have 3 more.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay. Wrong ones. Okay. Are men becoming softer today? Did we really have these questions on there? I know. I feel like based on what I've on social media, I think men are becoming a little bit more softer. I mean, yeah, I feel like
I think similar to the previous question, they're getting like more separated.
Sure, yeah. There's like that alpha male that seems to be increasing, and then there's that other side that like, no, men should be soft.
I think men are just being more aware of their emotions.
You think?
Yeah, at least how we were saying with my dad and even previous generations, it was just like, you got to be tough. You got to be, like the lead and like no show no emotions, no, have the answer for everything. And now it's just like, okay, like it's okay that they're not like that 24/7.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it, but yeah.
I would definitely say, like there's a lot of times and like where I live at where I think a lot of the men like where I live at are, like I said, you see two sides of it. You see men who like you can tell take care of themselves or like striving for greatness, trying to bring their income up and look better and stuff like that and be more fit. And then you see other men and you're like almost kind of like in shock, like how they like carry themselves and maybe like the way they present themselves and their goals or their aspirations or like, and they're just kind of comfortable and okay with like being like where they're at.
Yeah.
And maybe not even just here, but also like I look back at home, like where I see people who might still be like stuck or very comfortable where they're at and don't want to, challenge these hurdles while they probably should at this age, right? Like in their 20s and everything like that. And God forbid, who knows what happens like later in life when you have like a wife and kids and everything like that. So, yeah. We got 2 more.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Is social media making dating worse? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. That was pretty easy. Yep. All right. Last question. Should men always pay on dates?
Good thing this is the question.
I know. I always get these controversial ones. Yeah, I would say, especially for the first
one.
The first 50.
Yeah. First 50.
Oh, shoot.
Maybe
That's if we make it a 10,
Yeah.
No, yeah. The first, I would say definitely for like the first a lot, probably. Yeah. It's and then honestly, like when it gets a little bit more like serious, it doesn't have to be that deep,
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would say so because I paid in some of them, like, and I didn't mind, and it was just like, no, it's okay, like I got it, like here's the card, because I wanted to, and I felt like we were connecting more on the same page. So yeah,
I think that's actually a better question. Like, should women offer to pay on dates? Right?
I've heard yes and no.
Yeah.
On social media.
Really?
What was the question? Should women
men always pay?
Yeah.
Should women offer to pay on dates? Maybe not the first one, but like the third, fourth, or fifth one, maybe. I mean, how often are we going out? Are we doing like once a week?
Yeah. Well, there's a certain amount of hours. I'm gonna look into it, but I remember there's a certain amount of hours where you even know the person, because like you have to spend a lot of time with that person to know who they kind of are, and even then you change. But
I think also too, like we were talking.
No. Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, like, if it's a date, then I think the man should always pay. If it's like let's hang out, let's get food, then I don't. Or something like that, like like we can
we crazy. I don't think no one does but me. Okay.
Okay. 10 out of 10. That was a 10 out of 10. Banana split.
That's the question. But like if you're going to like get lunch or something like after work or something, I don't consider that. Yeah, more casual. Yeah, then it's okay for the woman to pay sometimes, but
mayo and cheese.
Whatever.
Although I did pay all those too.
Okay.
Those were not covered.
Whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, there we go. Those are our answers.
Yeah, it depends.
It depends. So if it's not a date, then women can pay, I guess. But
yeah. Okay.
And that's for me.
You had a lot.
Closing.
Cool.
Okay.
So, any advice that you want to give to anyone who's watching, Dylan?
I'll take a page out of my boy Stephen Royal's book in our last interview that we just did. Do the hard things because they will pay off quicker than you think.
Mm-hmm.
What does success mean to you now?
Comfortability, I would say, which is probably a really rare answer. People would say like money and everything, and but I think comfortability is a blanket statement. That's money, that's relationships, that's friends, that's trips, that's leisure time, that's
because everybody has their own idea of it. So comfortable, that's good.
And like I think that's what I like about real estate is like you can be so busy, but you never feel stressed like you would at like a 9 to 5 or anything like that. Like, you never get that like overweighing like gray cloud of like I
gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, like you never get that. Yeah, which is like that is why I think you could be so busy and it feels good. You know what I mean? And the money will show for it pretty quickly. So,
and what's one thing that you want people to remember after hearing this episode?
These two girls are really talented and are really good at their jobs. No, seriously. And I actually care about them a lot. So yeah, that's what I want people to remember. We're friends outside of this podcast too. We're not a random
We are?
We are. Somewhat. That's what I would say. Yeah. And just keep trying. It'll never, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not even happening now, but it might happen in a year or 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
But,
and the whole reason we did this podcast or started this is just because we're going to try it. It doesn't work. We tried.
Yeah, we tried. So,
and even if what do you deem working, right? Like working is doing it and putting it online, whether it's a million views or 10, it doesn't matter.
And what do you lose? I mean, at this point, it's like
nothing.
You lose absolutely nothing.
And this is why like doing real estate is fun because I can do stuff like this in the middle of my day, right?
What time is it? Like noon and
12:15.
Yeah, exactly. So well, I think that's it for this episode.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Thank you.